In this video, I'll show you how I pack everything that I need to be self-sufficient for 24 to 48 hours, which includes food, water, camping materials, extra fuel, medical stuff, all kinds of gear, on the back of this dirt bike in a way that's lightweight and capable enough for taking on some of the hardest trails that you would typically want to ride without any luggage. So in this video, we're mainly going to be looking at this whole luggage setup here. Yes, I have some other bags here, but those kind of deserve their own videos. So this video, we're just going to be focused on this rear section. As some basic information, these right here, these are 7-liter saddlebags that are made by Wolfman Luggage. These are also additional fuel bottle holsters, also made by Wolfman Luggage. I have 2 of those. I have a dry sack that is made by Moto. I have a med kit, and then I have some other mounts for fuel bottles and everything else. I can hold 3.2 gallons in this gas tank here, so I wanted to bring a couple extra liters of fuel as a backup. So with this kit, I have 1, 2, 3 extra bottles of fuel. I have run a 4th bottle before, and on a lot of the videos that I have from riding out here, I was running a 4th bottle. That said, I think the weight of having the extra bottle that I had right here was pushing down on the lower bottle too much, and eventually I actually punctured a hole in one of those fuel bottles, and it just started very slowly leaking out. And that was because of these mounting brackets, and I'm assuming all the shaking around and, you know, the extra weight from the upper bottle. So I think 3 is the number. I think I can carry 3 bottles. So the ones here at the end of the fender, or I guess in this case just this one, it's just held on by a couple of volley straps, which, if you don't know what these are amazingly handy rubber straps. They're kind of expensive for what they are, but they're extremely worth it. I have so many of them. And it just holds it right here between these 2 Moto mounting brackets and this giant loop mounting plate. So fuel bottle number 1, then fuel bottle number 2, fuel bottle number 3. Next up, I wanted a way to carry a med kit. I am a firm believer that if you're riding solo, you gotta have a really good med kit that includes everything from like a tourniquet to, you know, a splint, you know, all the big things if you crashed pretty hard. Once again, that's just held on with a bunch of volley straps. And then you can see that giant loop mounting bracket right here, and pretty much everything is holding onto that. Med kit, fuel bottles, the actual luggage itself is held onto it, and this is pretty strong. It doesn't move around, but I did put it, you know, further this way because I didn't want it putting too much weight at the end of the fender. Alright, now here in the dry bag is my tent, and I will show you what tent I'm running once I undo it. So before I open this up and show you the tent, this is another mounting platform as well. So essentially I get a mounting spot here, which is a little bit on the seat, but I don't mind. So mounting spot here, and then mounting spot there. So I have 3 platforms to mount stuff on the top. So like I said, this is a Moto dry sack, and the reason that I keep my tent in a dry sack is because I have had a wet tent before. Wet tents suck. I'm not a big fan of them. So this is a Big Agnes UL2 bike pack tent. It is ultralight, super easy to carry, and literally everything that I need for the tent is in here. All the stakes, all the poles, all the actual, you know, tarp material, it all fits in here. The dry bag, in addition to holding the tent, is also, you know, big enough to hold a little bit of extra clothes, you know, just enough to have something to change into when you go camping. Though in this scenario, I don't have anything in there right now. I just have the tent, but there is enough room. Alright, moving on to, let's do the left pannier first. So in here, you can see there is another dry bag that comes with it. So you can keep your stuff, you know, dry inside of this. So first thing in here, I have my sleeping pad. This thing is fantastic if you want to have an actually semi-decent night's sleep. It's made by Thermarest. It's the Neo Air X Lite. It's pretty good size too. It pretty much fits me just fine. Then in here at the very bottom, I don't want to open it up all the way, but I have a bivvy. This is what I would use instead of a sleeping bag, and I have used this bivvy down into temperatures below 20s, and I've been fine. Maybe not totally warm, but it's survivable. This bag is also a pump sack, so I'm using it to hold my bivvy, but I can use this to pump that up. Essentially, the way that this works, I put this end right here at the pump jack for the thermarest, and then all the air that is in here, you crumple this up and push it, and it pumps the air from this bag into that. So this bag has kind of like dual purposes. Then I also have food. So we have dessert because I am a dessert guy. I like sweets. We have peanut butter oatmeal for a breakfast item. I have more food in here, and I will get to those in a second. So next up, it goes well with the food, I have a liter of water in this canteen, and this canteen also doubles as a way to cook. So this holds a liter of water. It's made out of titanium, so it's pretty durable, and I don't think it's gonna break anytime soon. Then it also nests into some cookware. There's a little bit of water in this because I used it earlier and I rinsed a little bit of water out of it. So you can use this to boil your water, and you can also cook out of this. And then I have my stove. Next up we have my multi-tool, I guess, eating utensil. It's like a spoon, spork setup, kind of all in one. Then I also have more food. I have coffee. I really like Wildland coffee. They're really great because it's coffee in a tea bag, so the coffee might not be, as good as Starbucks, but you don't need a French press or anything to make it. Then I got an entree meal, another Peak Refuel, chicken coconut curry. I really like this one. Then I have my water filter. Granted, I am in the middle of, a desert. It's not like I'm going to find water sources, but in the past, this has been something that I have used very frequently. When you run out of water or you just want to top off your water storage, this is a great thing to have. Next up, we have a set of barefoot walking shoes, hiking shoes, camp shoes, kind of a multi-use item, but these shoes are amazing, and I have these for a couple of reasons. First off, I can do this. So when I say they're very packable, they're very packable. They're very comfortable, super lightweight. Surprisingly, they look flimsy, but they're really not flimsy. The reason that I have these is, one, it's a good thing to switch out of your moto boots when you're camping, and I'm not worried about scorpions or snakes or, anything getting after my toes. And the other main reason that I have these is, say this bike blows up, or I have some kind of mechanical failure, the bike's not going anywhere, I can switch out of my moto boots and I can use these to hike out of where I'm at. I can tell you right now, if I was somewhere in the mountains up there and I got stuck out there, the bike's dead, I'm not going to be able to walk out in these moto boots. I need something lightweight, or else I'll get, heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So, good item to have. Now, I believe these are the last two items. I have my stove fuel, and then I have a pillow, and I'm kind of using the pillow as a way to, cushion my stove fuel, because, let's face it, this is a small metal can of pressurized flammable gas. It's kind of like a miniature bomb, so I want it to be padded when it's inside my bags in case I crash, which I gotta say, I have ridden this bike hard. I have crashed with these bags on. I have really put this thing through the ringer, and I have not punctured any stove fuel, and the only puncture that I got to a fuel bottle was just from it rubbing against the mounting bracket, so nothing from impact. I'll show you how this gets put together. and you can cook just like that. Super easy. So this is the setup, and I know there's going to be some people that are going to be saying, oh, well, what about this item? What about that item? Well, that's going to go in your backpack. That's going to go, you know, the little items like the lighter that you're going to need to start your stove. I have one of those in my riding vest. I have one of those in that med kit. You know, you might want snacks when you're out on the trail. You might want some extra water in your backpack. You know, this is just what's going to be on the bike. Anything else little, you're going to have to put it in the backpack. Additionally, I know there's going to be somebody out there that's going to ask me, you know, what's in this bag or what's in this bag? The reason that I'm not going into that in this video is those bags for me and YouTube are entirely filming equipment. This is all going to be survival gear and stuff to, you know, take care of myself in the backcountry, whereas this stuff, that's for making sure I get to capture these cool videos for you guys to watch. So these are going to be a video of their own. Alright, now that I've showed you guys everything that I have in these bags, I will do a quick time-lapse video so you could see just how long it takes me to take all this gear and put it back in the bags. It shouldn't take me all that long. I'll put on a stopwatch and I'll let you guys know how long it takes once I'm done. But because it's so simple, it's easy to take apart and it's easy to put back together, which is another reason that I really like it. Alright, so it looks like 16.5 minutes is the number, which I'll admit, I wish I could do it a little bit faster, which I'm sure I'll get to the point where I can, but still, to be completely empty and then stuffed back on the bike and ready to go back off into the desert, that's pretty good. I have extra fuel, I have extra water, I have food, I have shelter. It's everything that I could need. Alright you guys, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, do me a favor and hit the like button down below. If you're looking to get some inspiration for building your own kit, hopefully this helped you. If you're curious what's in my riding vest or in my pack that I bring with me in addition to this, I will film that video next and I will list that video at the end of this one. So hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Adios guys.